day the competition disappeared. The January air was cold enough to make you question your sanity. As I stood at the starting line of the Mansfield Run for Your Heart race, I rubbed my hands together and watched little clouds of breath drift into the evening sky. Around me, runners stretched, adjusted their watches, and bounced lightly on their toes, trying to stay warm while waiting for the starting horn. Just a few yards away, many of my fraternity brothers from Kappa Alpha Psi were already hard at work. Every year, our fraternity volunteers at the race, handing out water, directing runners, and helping the hospital staff make sure everything runs smoothly. They're generous enough to be there before daylight. I tell them I choose to run because runners don't have to get up quite as early as the volunteers. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The truth is, I run because I still can. At 72 years old, I don't expect to outrun the 20-year-olds anymore. They've earned the privilege. My race isn't against them. It's against yesterday's version of me. As I looked down the starting line that morning, something caught my attention. There weren't many gray-haired runners. Year after year, I've noticed there are fewer of us. Every January, the 70 and over group seems a little smaller. Then it hit me. The competition hadn't gotten slower. The competition had disappeared. Now, before you think I'm bragging, let me assure you, that's not the reason I occasionally finish first or second in my age group. It's not because I've become a world-class runner. It's because so many people my age have stopped showing up. That realization stayed with me long after I crossed the finish line. In fact, I don't think it's just true in running. I think it's true in life. At some point, many people quietly retire from more than their careers. They retire from learning, from growing, from dreaming, from volunteering, from making new friends, from trying new technology, from setting new goals. Little by little, they stop participating. They stop showing up. I've been blessed to grow up in a family that taught me something very different. My Aunt Annie lived to be 103 years old. She inspired everyone who knew her with joy, curiosity, and determination. Her sister, my grandmother, Mama Jessie, lived to be 98. Longevity runs in our family, but I've also learned that good genes aren't enough. Mama Jessie had an identical twin sister, Aunt Essie. They shared the same DNA, the same childhood, and the same family. Yet her twin died decades earlier after years of smoking and drinking. Same genes, different habits, different future. That taught me a lesson that I've never forgotten. Our choices often matter as much as our genetics. Today, my 97-year-old mother continues to reinforce that lesson. She still asks questions. She still wants to learn. Not long ago, she wanted me to explain artificial intelligence. Think about that. While people 40 years younger are saying, I'm too old to learn that, my mother is still curious about what comes next. I hope I never lose that curiosity, because I've become convinced that purpose keeps us alive in ways medicine never can. I believe that every sunrise is evidence that God still has something for us to do. Maybe it's mentoring a young person. Maybe it's converting a friend. Maybe it's writing a book. Maybe it's learning a new skill. Maybe it's simply telling one more story that helps someone else learn, laugh, and grow. Whatever it is, keep showing up. That's why I still run. Not because I'm chasing medals, not because I'm trying to prove anything. I run because every race reminds me that life is still asking something of me. One day, there will be a starting line where I won't be able to answer them. But today isn't that day. So I'll lace up my shoes. I'll step into the cold January morning. I'll look down the line. And whether there are 3 gray-haired runners beside me or 30, I'll be grateful that I'm still there. I've discovered that success doesn't always belong to the fastest, the strongest, or even the most talented. More often than not, it belongs to the people who simply refuse to stop participating. Old age doesn't begin when your hair turns gray. It begins the day you stop showing up.